Hello YouTube, this is Valkyrie D Queen here doing a review on One Piece chapter 986 and 987 from both of my reactions. Now, the scene that comes where Kinemon and Jinjuro and all the 9 Scabbards are together and they greet Izo is a great moment. And then you see Kondro on the ground bleeding after Kiku defeated him. I don't know if he's dead. I don't think he is. I think he's slowly bleeding out. That he is an actor that has chosen his place to die. And he chose to slowly bleed out right there. It's a very possibility that he did. And I don't think he could come back unless Orochi is still conscious. And what I mean by that is the main head of Orochi hasn't been sliced off, and he's still more aware and could more like demand and make commands out of other people instead of just blind revenge and blind rage, which I think is a very possibility for Orochi. Like, his main head could be chopped off, but his other 7 limbs aren't, and so they all have a different emotion and they're all responding in different ways and they're just going crazy. I could see Orochi doing that because he has a mythical zone, and Kondro just staying out of the picture and just slowly bleeding to death and accepting that fate. He could really just do that. Oda could really do that, and I'm okay with that. Or he could have Kondro come back and have another bigger role, and now it's Orochi and Kondro against Kaido and his old samurai and ninjas, as well as, you know, the 9 Red Scabbards and their alliance. It could be an all-out war with everyone's different sides. Momo's moment, where he stood up to basically Kaido and said, "No, I am Kozuki Momonosuke. I will be the man that will become Shogun." And you see the flashbacks between his father and his mother telling him, and you realize the big shadow that's over Momo, the Oden shadow that's over Momo. But the difference between Momo and Oden is Oden never wanted to be Shogun. Momo does. And I think that will become a big factor for Momo to step out of his father's shadow and become a very good Shogun, because Oden never wanted to become Shogun. He wanted to open the borders of Wano, yes, and he wanted to explore and be an adventurer and to see what Joy Boy was talking about the 20 years when he saw with Roger. We have no idea what it was, but he wants to see that in fruition. And he never really got to, so he passed his will on to his scabbards. And anyone who had listened through his diary, of course, his logbook, his journal, and that's where Yatomo kind of inherited this will of opening the borders of Wano and exploring. And that's why I can see Yatomo becoming Straw Hat. He has the potential to be Straw Hat, and I can see Oda really focusing on him to become a Straw Hat or part of the Grand Fleet. But I can see him more becoming a Straw Hat, unless he befriends as a bunch of samurai in Wano during this battle. And some of them are good navigators, some of them are good smiths and fighters for Yamato to create his own crew. I can see that. But we'll see how Oda plays it, and I don't mind if Yatomo becomes Straw Hat. As long as he also makes Carrot a Straw Hat, because Carrot has to become Straw Hat first. Carrot for Nakama. Most definitely. And what Oda passed on his wills to his 9 Scabbards, I think because Oda trained the 9 Scabbards and they fought together for a very long time, that they picked up Oden's style of Ryu. And that's what you see when all 9 Scabbards are behind Kaido and they put in one attack, saying snatch, which was a beautiful moment, going in and attacking Kaido having a flashback towards Oden and everything, and them stabbing and getting blood. Kaido's scar is throbbing because he feels like Oden's behind him through his 9 Red Scabbards, because they do carry his will. They will carry his will to the end because they are very loyal. And not only that, they may have learned Ryo from Oden, and that is a very big possibility, because it seems like a lot of people in Wano country or people of Wano descent do know about Rio and do teach it on to their descendants. Look at Zoro, for instance. He was talking about hockey before we even knew what it was in Alabasta. And he was talking in a way that, as the Legend of the Swordman, from his samurai. From his samurai. That's one of my cats. Here, you can meet Magic. This is Magic. He's one of my kitties. He's a magical kitty. Doesn't like to be handled too much. Off topic, let's get back onto topic. So I can really see why Kaido sees the 9 red scabbers holding on to Odin's Rio and Will. And that's when he's gotten frightened and has PTSD from it. And that's how they were able to push him off. But afterwards, of course, he transformed into a big dragon. He heard Luffy dissing on Big Mom, saying, I'm not here just to kick Kaido's ass. I'm here to kick everyone's ass. And, you know, it kind of shows how big of a deal that Luffy is, that one of the Yonkos traveled all the way to Wano just to kick his butt because she didn't like that her reputation has been tarnished because of him. And it shows that he is a big player in this game to other players around, which is nice. I really like that. It was a really great Luffy moment. Another sad moment was, of course, earlier when I said Momo saying he's Kazuki Odin. It's inspired by also Luffy. Luffy saying, King of the Pirates, I'm going to become King of the Pirates. And that is his goal. And he's shouting it to the world. Doesn't care who doesn't want him to, or who's in his way, or who thinks that it's a joke. It doesn't matter to him because that's his dream and he's going to become it. And Momo's very inspired by that. And so the chilling and sad moment of him claiming his name in front of Kaido, knowing that he could die at any moment and Kaido can kill him, was a really big, chilling, and sad and an inspiring moment that some people could be bursting in tears of like sadness and joy at the same time for Momo. For me, it was a very chilling moment. And then, of course, Luffy dissing Big Mom, and Kaido hearing that, and finally Kaido turning around and turning into a dragon and saying, oh, row, I heard you, Straw Hat. Now I'm sober. So now we get to see a sober Kaido. And I'm kind of worried for all the Alliance and for Luffy for a sober Kaido. I could easily see this being the second defeat, like Oda falling in the path of what Alabasta was, like Crocodile like defeated Luffy like 2-3 times before Luffy finally defeated Crocodile, and I could see that almost happening to Luffy and everyone around them. But I don't know, maybe it will turn out differently because this is an all-out war and this is showing a war-like scenario instead of just Luffy going against one person. So it could go either way. It's going to be totally chaos for the next couple of chapters. There's going to be so much that's going to go on. The Meeks, of course, we got that shot of Nekomamushi smiling in silhouette with the moon behind, up on the top of the roof of Kaido's castle, with Kaido turned into a dragon. A beautiful moment, a beautiful visual art. And then, of course, you got Nekomamushi smiling like a Cheshire cat, getting ready to go Sulong. And it's just, I'm hoping the next chapter we get to see all the Minks go Sulong, all to go crazy for a couple chapters before Kaido like covers the skies with clouds. Or I heard the theory that of destroying the moon. I don't think that would happen. I think it's more likely for Kaido to create a bunch of clouds and cause a storm, because he is a dragon, and we have seen him create clouds and ride on them and make a storm. And we've also seen Momo create clouds and ride on those. So I can definitely see Kaido making clouds to cover the moon. But I think Oda's gonna first present, because he's presented Sulong to us before and everyone's been interested, so he's probably gonna be, for the first couple of chapters, we're gonna see what the Sulong and the Minks were able to do, and then Kaido's gonna cover, because I don't think he'll be too frightened until he sees what the Minks are capable of, because he's never really fought Minks D4. So this would be a very indication of what Minks can do with their Sulong form for a couple chapters, defeating a lot of enemies, and then suddenly Kaido covering the sky with clouds and blocking the moon from this for the Sulong. And I think Nekomamushi and Inuyasha may be in their Sulong form a little after that for a little bit because they have more control and they are older. I could see that happening. But I'm so excited. The raid has begun. The raid has begun with first drawing blood to stir a beast. And the beast is Kaido. And he's ready to go. He's in his dragon form. He's sober. And he's ready to take on all 9 red scabbards and everyone that has opposed against him. And it's going to be interesting to see. And I can't wait till next chapter comes out. So sorry about putting out this review. It took so long to do that. I have been so busy, but here I am doing this. And I'm also going to be doing a review of Black Clover 260 and of course a review of Eden Zero 105 and 106. They're coming out as probably as soon as I upload this video. And please comment, like, subscribe. Please make a comment. Just comment like, oh, your sound's not good or something. I don't mind criticism. If you want to criticize this video to help me get better at making videos, great, please do so. If you just want to comment, oh, I liked what you did, or oh, I didn't like this, or oh, it doesn't matter, just comment and I'll see where it goes. Thank you so much for just watching and supporting and liking this video. See you till next time. Bye, YouTube.